Welcome to The Know, I'm Brian.
I'm Ben.
The Nintendo Switch's first year was considered a massive success by pretty much everybody.
Yep.
It had games like Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, ARMS, Splatoon 2, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe releasing within the first 12 months. What more could we ask for?
In fact, from a sales perspective, in the Switch's first month, Nintendo shipped over 906,000 units in the United States alone. That's a lot.
It's a lot. 906,000.
And when you expand that to global perspective, Nintendo sold nearly 3 million units worldwide. That number would continue to grow to over 14 million units sold worldwide during the Switch's first 12 months on the market.
Now, the Switch's first year was impressive to say the least, but nobody wants to be a one-hit wonder, and the console's second year just as important as the first, if not more. So, how did the Nintendo Switch's second year match up to its first?
Well, we here at The Know decided to review the Nintendo Switch's second year performance in regards to sales, new games, and new services. Brian's just been crunching away at a calculator for the last 3 days. Now, the Switch released early in 2017, so in the interest of remaining transparent, our comparison is based on the Switch's second calendar year.
So, any of the information you're going to hear from us is based solely on the 2017 calendar year versus 2018.
First, let's talk about games. Year 2 for the Nintendo Switch saw exclusives like Mario Tennis Aces, Super Mario Party, Octopath Traveler, Pokemon Let's Go, and the amazing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. All really good games.
Pretty good. So, by comparison, for 2018, more than 1,100 games released on the Switch. In 2017, only 370 games released. Now, quality is always better than quantity, but according to Metacritic, Switch games that released in 2018 account for 6 of the top 10 highest rated Switch games of all time.
That top 10 list includes games like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Undertale,
Okay.
Celeste, Bayonetta 2, Inside, and Sonic Mania Plus.
Now, okay, but we have to be fair. Many of the games that launched on the Switch in 2018 were re-releases or ports of games from other consoles. In fact, games like Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze and Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, they originally launched in 2014, but they were both re-released on the Switch this year.
Which is a fair point, but I waited to pick up Tropical Freeze just because it was on the Switch.
Well, you're an idiot because it was great on Wii U. I'm just kidding. You're not an idiot. It's all right, son.
Also had games like Wolfenstein 2, Fortnite, Warframe, Diablo 3, Outlast, and Dark Souls Remastered all arrived on the Switch this year, but had already been available on other platforms.
So a lot more ports this year, which makes sense because it sold well. People wanted to get their games.
Became like a port and indie machine.
Absolutely. But we clearly need to keep that in mind when comparing launch numbers between 2018 and 2017. But the difference between 1,100 games and 370 is too big not to mention.
Now, in regards to games, 2018 also marked the continuation of Nintendo's emphasis on supporting the indies. In fact, you might remember that during a shareholders meeting, Nintendo Senior Executive Officer Susumu Tanaka stated that we are looking to release around 20 to 30 indie games on the Nintendo Switch per week. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And we definitely expect to see some great games among them. More crazy was from me, not from Mr. Tanaka.
I remember when he said that, everybody was like, oh my God, they can't do that. But I think they have.
Yeah.
Now, an initiative of launching 20 to 30 indie games a week could lead to some really bad games. And there were. Nintendo definitely had some shovelware in there, but that also led to games like Dead Cells, Lightfall, The Messenger, and Dandara, all arriving on the Switch in 2018.
2018 also marked the arrival of the Nintendo Labo, Nintendo's cardboard playset that allowed gamers to build steering wheels, fishing rods, and robots that all interacted with the Nintendo Switch. It may have missed the mark for many Switch owners, but the Labo was recently announced as one of 2018's best inventions by Time Magazine. Brian is actually a Labo robot. It's not very well known.
The cardboard is an invention?
Yeah.
Wow, good on you, Time. Labo initially launched with just 2 options, the Variety Kit and the Robot Kit, but they continued the program by launching the Vehicle Kit in September.
Nintendo also has some big plans for Labo, with President of Nintendo America Reggie Fils-Aimé commenting back in June, Labo is the type of game much like Brain Age for the Nintendo DS, much like Wii Fit. It's a game that's going to sell for a very long time at a very steady pace. Labo is off to a strong start, and in our view is going to continue to get a lot of support.
Did you ever play Brain Age?
Yeah,
on the
that's a
DS?
great game.
It told me I was 75 years old. I was like, fuck you, Brain Age. Not doing you again.
Not saying anything.
All right, finally, let's talk about sales. Nintendo announced back in September that they had officially sold over 22 million Switches globally, and as of November, Nintendo was on track to hit 35 million units sold globally by March of next year.
That's actually a bit less than earlier predictions, though. In January of this year, Nintendo forecasted that it would sell 37 million Switches through March of 2019.
So maybe not quite as much, maybe a few
almost
million off. Yeah. As for the all-important holiday shopping season, Nintendo announced last month that it had broken 2 records during the 5-day period between Thanksgiving and Cyber Monday. That time period is now considered the best-selling week for the Nintendo Switch in the United States ever. So pretty impressive. Nintendo reported that shoppers shelled out over $250 million on Nintendo products. Switch sales were up 115%, software sales up 78%, and overall sales up 45% from 2017. So up all across the board.
That's pretty good for Nintendo.
Yep.
And those numbers are extremely important because, as Reggie Fils-Aimé said in an interview with Yahoo Finance, that they make 60% of their revenue in the Americas during the last 3 months of the year.
Yeah, holiday shopping is huge for everybody. So taking that statement and combining it with this year's Black Friday and Cyber Monday being such a success for Nintendo, this could lead to Nintendo easily surpassing 2017 in Switch sales. So to wrap this all up, Nintendo's seen a really impressive second year for the Switch.
Yeah, it's probably less of a sophomore slump and more of a sophomore splendor.
It's pretty good.
Granted, you could make the argument that year 1 had console-selling games like Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey, but year 2 seemed to really give gamers a reason to continue to play. With the continued support of third-party developers and the indies, Nintendo has continued to build upon the foundations of the Switch.
And when looking at next year with games like Metroid Prime 4, Luigi's Mansion 3, Yoshi's Crafted World, Animal Crossing, and a new core Pokemon game, it's only gonna get better. I feel like they're probably looking at pretty good things in 2019. A lot of party games this year too. When you think about Super Mario Party, Smash, lots of group stuff.
They're not going anywhere. I can sit on a couch and bring my Switch with me, and I will keep playing it through 2019 and beyond.
Me too. Yeah, I'll play with you.
But of course, these are just our opinions, and we always want to hear what you have to think. Do you own a Switch? What do you think of Nintendo's second year for the Switch? What are you looking forward to in year 3? There's a lot.
A lot of shit.
Let us know in the comment section down below.
And for all your gaming news, make sure to like this video, subscribe to The Know, check out our website, theknow.tv.
Yeah, I was really liking the Nokia phone.
Yeah. Right.
Nintendo also had some big plans for Labo with president of Nintendo America, Reggie Fils-Aimé, commenting back in...
Fils-Aimé.
Oh, is it Fils-Aimé?
Yeah,
all right.
it's weird.